Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of WOSSY Radio, so this year I thought it was about time we did an ultimate buyer's guide for the Pokémon TCG. You see, every month I do my release schedule, and I'm going to continue to do so. But sometimes what people really want is to be told, and I know this because I get an awful lot of messages along these lines, hey WOSSY, I need to buy a present for this person, what do I buy? And that's what this video is. Thanksgiving and Black Friday are coming up at the end of the week. We've got Christmas just a month away. Now is very much the time when people are going to be looking to buy Pokémon TCG presents, and I am here to help. One or a couple of quick caveats before we get going. Firstly, this is not supposed to be an infallible list. If you've got a better idea than what I'm suggesting, buy it. And secondly, look for deals. I am going through this video assuming everything is full price. If you go and find some ridiculous Pokemon TCG deals, then you may well end up getting more than I think you should be able to for the money you're spending, and that could therefore make it a better present. What we're going to do here is we're going to split people into categories. And the categories I've got are people wanting to learn, collectors, new players, old players, kids, and a special WOSSY pick at the end. So if players are just wanting to learn to play the game, this one's easy. Buy them the Battle Academy. And this is one of the easiest ones out there, quite frankly, because the Battle Academy is the Pokemon TCG, but set up like a board game. And it's perfect. For what it is perfect. You get 3 ready-made decks, you get all the counters, etc., and a little playmat and everything you need to play the game, and the decks are, from everyone I've heard who's played it as a non-expert, reasonably well balanced against each other. If there's anyone you know that wants to learn the Pokemon TCG, or wants to dip their feet in without spending lots of money, or having to buy loads of booster packs, etc., the Battle Academy is absolutely perfect. There is a second Battle Academy coming out, but unfortunately it's not going to be out until Christmas, which means you will have to get the existing one, which is the one with Charizard on the front. But if you've got people who just want to get into the game, learn to play, dip their toes in, however you want to phrase it, the Battle Academy is literally perfect. I do want to give a shout out to the V Battle decks at this stage, however. There are a few of them. The most recently released ones feature Rayquaza and Noivern, but you've also got ones featuring Gardevoir and Victini, or Venusaur and Blastoise. There are Lycanroc and Corviknight ones, but they're not out yet. They can be bought as individual or double packs. The double packs are the ones I've put on the screen, but each of them come as individuals as well. If you want to buy a variety of ready-made, ready-to-play decks, these are also pretty cool. They're not hyper-competitive, which is an important note, but if you've got people that want to buy a bunch of decks and just play around with them, these are very, very good ways to go. Now, collectors are amongst the hardest Pokemon fans to buy for, because collector is an incredibly wide term that fits everything, but I'm going to say for collectors, the EVV Max boxes. Now, this does come with a big caveat, and that is that in the UK at least, and it looks like some other places as well, these are actually delayed into next year, but I think a pre-order for these is probably the way to go. These are for collectors the coolest presents, because you get the alternate art of one EV, or evolution thereof, as both a regular V and a V Max, and then you get the jumbo of the VMAX as well, and they are the alternate arts, and they are beautiful. Now, obviously, not every collector's going to want these, and they're going to be hard to find, and that's the nature of collectors. Like, a great present for collectors would be the Marnie Premium Tournament Collection, because it comes with the full art Marnie, and that is a very cool card that belongs in every collection. But that's been out for a little while, so good luck finding that anywhere for a reasonable price. Similarly, the Celebrations Ultra Premium Collection that comes with those gold cards and metal cards and all of that, phenomenal present for collectors. And if you can find one of these for basically any Pokemon fan, they will love you forever. But good luck finding one of these for under $300 right now, and that's the problem. A lot of the products that are really good for collectors tend to sell out really quickly and go away. So for collectors, if you really want to get them something cool, you want to find the cool stuff coming out and jump on it before it's all sold out. And that's why these VMAX collections are so gosh darned good. That's my advice anyway. If you are a new player that wants to play competitive, this is another very, very easy one. If you know somebody that wants to get into competitive Pokemon playing, what you need to buy is go for the Single Strike and Rapid Strike Urshifu League Battle decks that have just come out, and the Trainer's Toolkit, the second one, the blue one. There is a red Trainer's Toolkit. Don't get the red Trainer's Toolkit. A lot of that has rotated out. It's a little bit out of date. You want the blue Trainer's Toolkit. That is very important. So, the League Battle decks here, there's one featuring Single Strike and one featuring Rapid Strike Urshifu. And to put it bluntly, they're amazing. They are good, proper decks that are competitive, and you'll need to make a few changes here and there to turn them into top tier tournament winning decks, but they both have a really solid core, loads of staple cards that are going to fit into a whole bunch of competitive decks. These are amazing. It's weird because I think Rapid Strike Urshifu long term is going to be the better deck, but Single Strike Urshifu is the better of the League Battle decks because the fewer changes need to be made to them. If you're going to get one, probably Single Strike Urshifu is the way to go. Your Trainer's Toolkit then has loads of other staples in, including a couple of Crobat, which is a draw engine that goes into a whole bunch of decks. They are alternate art, incidentally, which is very cool. And you get a whole bunch of energy that you're going to need to make decks, and a few packs in there as well, etc. But if you've got somebody that wants to play the Pokemon TCG competitively, the Single Strike Urshifu League Battle deck, along with the Trainer's Toolkit, the blue one, not the red one, that would be a phenomenal pair of products. Although, if budget allows, I think getting a Rapid Strike as well to have two decks to play against each other and learn and give a little bit of variety would be an excellent way to go. But honestly, this is the other category where I feel super confident these are the best products. Incidentally, there are other League Battle decks available. The Inteleon one has not rotated out, so that's a decent one to buy. Again, I do feel confident it is not as good as either of the Urshifu. And the Zacian one has kind of half rotated out, so bits of that will still be good, but not all of it. So you need to be a little careful with that one. The only other one I would really hardly recommend is the Inteleon, but do keep an eye on the Zacian. It's got some good stuff in, but not all of it can be played competitively due to rotation. That is where every year some cards become not legal for tournament play, or at least most tournaments. There is an expanded format where loads is legal. We don't have time to get into that today. Old experienced players are probably the hardest people to buy for, because honestly, they just want their decks. So for older players, experienced players, you might have to ask them. The two things I would recommend are firstly booster boxes, but bear in mind booster boxes ain't cheap. I hope you all have somebody out there that wants to buy you a booster box for Christmas, because these things aren't terribly cheap. Obviously they are cool. Buying individual packs is honestly just awkward, because you could pull something good, you could not. The other day, a few years ago, not the other day, clearly a few years ago, my dad just bought me some random packs of Lost Thunder for Christmas, and it was a little bit weird, but I ended up pulling a gold custom catcher, and I was like, cheers, Dad, that was an awesome birthday present. By which I mean Christmas present. We are talking the buyer's guide for the holidays, like Christmas, but also any other applicable holidays. Singles are another good idea, and I know they're kind of boring, they're not great presents, but if you just ask them which singles they want, that would be quite nice. What you don't want to end up doing is accidentally buying like a V battle deck for an experienced player, because these have set lists of cards, there's no surprises, and they're not particularly useful for experienced players. Don't be the person that falls into that mistake. If you've got a really experienced player that is more into playing than collecting, the best thing you can do is ask and pick them up some singles on eBay or any other website with which I'm not affiliated. I'm not affiliated with eBay either. I'm not really affiliated with any of them. eBay's just a good catch-all where you're unlikely to pay too far over the odds. Now, in terms of kids' presents, what you're really looking for is bang for your buck and cool stuff. Right now, I feel extremely confident that it is the Celebrations Collector's Chest, which is the best present for kids right now. I feel really confident about this. First of all, you get your big metal lunchbox, which, yes, absolutely is an appropriate size to be used as a lunchbox for school, which is brilliant. You also get yourself a whole bunch of random stuff in there, like some stickers, which kids love, and a notepad, because who doesn't want a notepad, and a little single card binder. It's the kind of stuff that kids are going to absolutely love, that I'm not into, but I just hand over to my 3-year-old daughter and she's super happy about it. But you also get yourself a couple of regular packs, which is nice, 6 packs of Celebrations, which have great pull rates, and free promos, you'll like Toxtricity, Mimikyu, Delta, and Hydreigon C, that are very shiny, pretty, lovely promos. So, you're guaranteed free nice shiny cards. You get some packs of Celebrations which have nice shiny cards in, and you get yourself the other stuff kids like, including the lunchbox. This is pretty gosh darn cool, quite frankly, and I do think this is the kind of thing that just makes absolutely great presents for kids. Now, I know that is getting harder to find at retail. Not impossible, they're not hideously expensive, but it might be moderately difficult to find at retail, in which case you can substitute it for any collector's chest. It's called collector's chest. It always comes with the extra stuff. The Eevee collector's chest is coming out lately. It's got some shiny promos in, some packs and all of that. That is quite easy to find, not in Europe, but in the US right now, that is becoming moderately easy to find. So that, again, makes a pretty nice present if you can't get the Celebrations one. As an emergency, they're going to be easy to find, that they make cool presents and they're not terribly expensive. V-Boxes. The 2 most recent ones feature Dragonite and Hooper, but there are a million out there that they've revealed and released over the last few years. And you get 4 packs with a Pokemon V and a Jumbo Pokemon V. So basically, you get the guaranteed holo card and the Jumbo holo card and 4 packs to open. If in doubt, these are generally pretty easy to find and they're pretty inexpensive as far as Pokemon products go. So this is always a good option. And because they come with packs, if you are ever really struggling for anyone, this is never a bad present for any Pokémon TCG fan. It's a really nice catch-all. But WOSSY's personal pick? Free pack blisters. And if any of my family are listening and you're thinking, what can I get WOSSY for Christmas? Although not many of my family actually call me WOSSY. Free pack blisters, preferably Fusion Strike, but Evolving Skies is fine too. I am convinced, and it's probably not actually true, and I have no actual real evidence for this, other than some openings I've done on the channel, that the free pack blisters have better pull rates than normal. And I love free pack blisters. I've had a lot of luck with them, but you get cool promo cards. So at the very least, you're going to get a cool promo and free random packs. And they cost about the same as free random packs. But they generally have better pull rates. As far as I'm concerned, that's not actually official. And you get the promo. Free pack blisters are the WOSSY pick. I think these are great presents, and I would recommend them wholeheartedly. And again, like the V-Boxes we just talked about, they're relatively cheap, and they're never going to be a bad present. The only downside is if you buy them and the pulls are absolute trash. But even if the pulls are absolute trash, you've still gotten your promo out of it, so it's maybe not the end of the world. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Thanksgiving and Black Friday coming up this week, and we've got Christmas coming up in a month, as well as other holidays people may be celebrating. So now is a good time to start thinking about buying presents, and if you've got a friend or relative or somebody out there that is a Pokemon TCG fan, hopefully this holiday buyer's guide has given you all the information you need. But now, I want to hear from you guys. Have you got some ideas, some suggestions that I haven't made in this video? Have you got some that you think people should be looking for? Do you think you've got some better suggestions than me? Well, great news. There's a comment section, so go nuts. Be nice, would you? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the WOSSY, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/WOSSY. patreon.com/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.